First off, my name is Gus Saponari. I represent Sitecore. I wanted to say thank you to everybody that's still here. I know this is a home stretch, and I'm the last presenter before the break, so the bar is open after this. But thank you very much for staying here. And I wanted to say thank you to the CX Talks people, because I got to say, that's got to be the best lunch I've ever had at a convention. So thank you to you guys for that. I want to share with you a personal experience I had last week. I was fortunate enough to be in Kona, Hawaii, and being an East Coaster, you're 6 hours ahead of them. So the ability to get up early makes a lot of sense. Excuse me. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about orchestrating customer experience across digital marketing channels and how important that is for companies today, every company today. But I did want to share a personal story with you. Being in Kona, Hawaii last week, my wife and I got up real early, wanted to go out and have breakfast. Being, like I said, the East Coast, you get up early over there. So we show up at this restaurant, and we're about 15 minutes early, and we just got ready to sit down on that cozy little bench there. And this young lady greeted us and said, come on in right now. The restaurant's not open, but come on in. And she called us family. Come on in, family. And she takes us to a little table that's right on the edge of the ocean, crashing into these rocks. And she sits at this table. It's beautiful, beautiful scenery. There's these little pools of yellow tang fish eating off the coral, and just perfect setting. And this young lady introduces herself as Tara, and she notices that my wife is not wearing a flower in her hair, and it's tradition in Hawaii that the women wear flowers in their hair, and they wear it on the right side if they're available, and they wear it on the left side if they're taken. So Tara offers, I won't tell you which side my wife wore it on, but Tara offers my wife a fresh flower that she had picked out of her flower garden on the way to work. It was really awesome. And as she's introducing us to the daily breakfast specials, she's actually interviewing us. And she's learning who we are, where we're from, what we're going to do that day. And she learns that we rented a dune buggy, and we're going to go travel around her island and see the local sites. So she takes her order, she comes back, she leaves, goes put the order, and she comes back within minutes with a big piece of paper and a pencil. She sits down with us at our table. How often does your waitress sit down with you at the table? So she sits down with us, and she maps out an entire day of local visits, local places to go see in chronological order so that we could make sure that we hit every one of those on the island. And it was fantastic. We said, oh, thank you very much. She gets up and she leaves. The next guy that comes to our table is the runner, so he's delivering the food. And, you know, breakfast, he delivers the food, and breakfast is one of those meals that you can get kind of particular on what you order, right? You ask how your food is cooked, what kind of meat you're having with your food, bread, things like that, and, oh, that Kona coffee, right? So they deliver the breakfast, and it's not what I ordered. It's not at all what I ordered. And then that Kona coffee, you're waiting for that great cup of coffee in the morning, and I drank the Kona coffee, and I'm like, ooh, I've had better cups of coffee at racetrack gas stations. So we ate the breakfast, we enjoyed the view, and we got up and we're leaving. And on our way out, Tara meets us again. And she says, family, mahalo, family, gives us an air hug, goodbye. We walk out that door right there in that restaurant, and I said to my wife right there, I said, what do you think? She said, that was fantastic. I said, really? She said, yeah. We got in early. She gave us a flower. She put us at the table right where we could see the waves crashing in and the fish swimming in the water. And she sat down with us and did a chronological map of where we should go for the weekend, or excuse me, for that day, and what sites to see. I was like, oh, that's fantastic, and I walked off. And not once did we talk about the subpar food, the product that we bought, or the subpar coffee. The point is that it was all about the experience that we enjoyed, and that's what we are going to remember, is that experience, similar like today. All of us in the audience and all of us that are speaking today are going to remember what a great lunch we had today, right? So the experience we had, we come back next year, we're going to expect them to serve us another carving stations and so forth. So again, the topic of the segment today is orchestrating the customer experience across digital marketing channels. And this is a challenge that companies are facing today, that it's been evolving and been growing for the companies, because in the days gone by, manufacturers, companies that sell services, they didn't have that direct relationship with the end customer. what they did was they put their products into distributorships, resellers, or had manufacturers, reps selling their products. And their customer service reps and their sales reps, it wasn't that difficult to manage 200 to 300 customers to know what the customers purchased, to know when they're going to purchase, to know how much they're going to purchase, to know when they're going to purchase again, and actually know your customer base. Well, what has happened is those same companies that were doing business like that last year, or years before, or 10 years ago, that's gone. We all know that. It's changed. And what has happened is it's exploded. And now the manufacturers and the service providers now have a direct relationship with the end customer. And so those companies that had 200 or 300 customers now have 200,000 or 300,000 potential prospects and potential customers. And you see here the devices, the channels in which those prospects and customers were able to communicate with the brands. I mean, all of us today now can interact with a brand. Before, we couldn't do that. And it started with the PC, where you could get some information on the PC, and then from the PC it went to the iPad, the Apple iPad, and then you have the Android version of the iPad, and then you have the iPhone, then you have the Android, then you have the iWatch, you have the Samsung Watch, and it goes on, the Garmin and the Garmin's competitors. And these devices are just proliferating, and the channels at which the consumers and the customers and prospects can communicate with the companies has just exploded. So how do these companies out there today, how do they deal with this? Well, this is a very busy chart here, and there's no lack of MarTech solutions. So MarTech is a word that was created of marketing technology. It was coined because of a necessity. And Sitecore, the company I represent, we are one of these solutions. And we help and we enable companies to be able to provide that consistent customer experience across all those devices. I mean, if you're looking at a PC screen and it's 8 by 10, and you're looking at an iPhone or an Android and the screen's a lot smaller, I know everyone in this room has experienced a non-responsive website where we wanted to get some information, and we go to the website, and all of a sudden, it's this big. And I know I'm getting old, and I got to wear glasses, but this is ridiculous. You're pinching, and you're scrunching, and you're trying to read these websites. It's difficult. And you get frustrated, and the customers get frustrated. And what do? They go to the competitor's website, because you don't have a lot of chances to prove your product and your worth to an online customer, especially with the attention span today. So Sitecore, being a MarTech solution, we help companies enable the customer experience across all devices and make it become consistent. Then the second piece of that is you guys have all seen it today, it's all about personalization, segmentation, individualization. How do we take that message and create that message so it's just for you? So it's not wasting your time. When you go to that site or you answer a coupon or an offer, a campaign, and you go to that website, it's not wasting your time. It's providing you that relevant information at that specific point in time for that specific customer. And that's not an easy task. And a lot of the speakers up here today were talking about the data they collect and leveraging that. And what Sitecore is we're the enabler. So we're like the railroad tracks that help companies leverage that back-end experience data that they're using and provide that experience, that personalized experience for each and every interaction. One of our customers here, L'Oreal, I wanted to share this with you because they had a big problem. So they're in 60 different countries, a very well-recognized global brand in 60 different countries. They had 10 different solutions, 10 different platforms that they're trying to manage this messaging across all those devices that we talked about. PC, mobile devices like the laptop, the iPads, the phones, the kiosks. You take that and you multiply that times 10 different platforms in 60 different countries, and it's a huge challenge. And not only a huge challenge, but it's a very big cost because you have to have a lot of different resources to do that. So that's how we helped L'Oreal. L'Oreal came to Sitecore, and Sitecore was able to help them by enabling them to manage all of those experiences over all of those different devices in the different countries with a single platform. And it's easy to stand up here and talk about that, but it's very difficult to execute on something like that. And Sitecore has been around for about 16 years, grew up in Copenhagen. And so it's a very mature solution with a big ecosystem of implementation partners, or some of them in the audience today, that help us be successful with and help our customers be successful in providing that personalized customer experience. So I know that I'm bucking up on the break here. I did want to say thank you very much and have a great afternoon.
Thank you, Gus.